Hi Stampers, my name is Sandy Hancock. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you from Southern California, and today is Monday, June the 16th, 2025, and it is a gorgeous day here in Southern California. I got up at 6:30 this morning and went walking. It was 62 degrees, which is absolutely perfect. Not too cold, not too hot. I've got my beautiful tree to look at, but I don't have any birds yet. I'm not sure when the birds start coming back. But anyway, I'm enjoying my beautiful tree and the gorgeous day. And what I'm going to show you today is 5 cards made out of the framed scenes. There are 5 sets, 5 stamps in the set. And so I'm going to show you something, a card from each one. Now, I want to tell you, when I ordered these, they're online, and here they are right here. Frame Scenes online, $165,397. The whole bundle is $38.50. Okay, when I saw these online, they looked much larger to me. And it will say, there's a little tab that says Show More. You need to click on that, because had I clicked on the Show More tab, it would have told me exactly the height of each of these ovals. I thought they were going to be really big. So when I got them, I was really kind of surprised. I thought, yikes, what am I going to do with these? Then I decided I better order the stamps because they would fit with these. So that's how I came about having this bundle. I just was, always click on the Show More. Okay, so let's look at the different pieces that I'm going to be using. I have details written out for each one of the 5 cards. How this came about was last week, my friend Carol Wheeler came down to help me get ready for the open house. And we didn't have a lot of time to stamp this time, but when we did have time to stamp, we decided to try to come up with some cards using this Framed Scenes bundle. And we came up with 5 cards that we really like. I'm going to call them, mostly the color is just spotlighted. This is the only one that doesn't have any color added to it at all. I mean, like with a blender. And I think it's really beautiful just like it is. I'm trying to keep them more simple. I've seen them colored in beautifully, but I thought, what if I wanted to just keep them a little bit more simple? And these tend to me to seem like masculine cards. Not that you couldn't send to a woman if she loved the lighthouse, but generally I think they're a little bit more masculine. So I'm going to make 1 card, and then I have the other 4 with all of the details for each card to show you. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. And okay, so maybe I'll try to leave that there, but I would say copy that down because it's going to get covered up pretty quickly. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and score. We're starting with an 8.5. A few too many things out here. 8.5 by 5.5. I'm going to score at 4 1/4, which will just be exactly in half. I hope this is the right. Yes, it is. Okay. All right, and then I'll get my bone folder. Make a really, really nice fold. There we go. All right, now I want to show you the Country Woods paper. Okay, so if you're looking here are the details. Let me hold them up so you can see them. The greetings are from The Right Words, and I want to show you, this is in the catalog. It's on page 89. So I'm using Happy Birthday right here. To someone worth celebrating every single day, thinking of you. So I'm really, really enjoying this set, page 89. Okay, so, and then, believe it or not, this DSP that I'm using for this particular card comes from Country Woods. The Country Woods papers are almost all brown. Look, it's even got some blue in there, some coral. I mean, they're beautiful papers, but normally you wouldn't think that you were going to use them for this particular card. However, I am. And what I did is I cut a piece of DSP, 3.5 by 5, and I just want to show you this paper because some of it is darker, some of it is lighter. So you can cut your frame from whichever end you want. Okay, so I think you got that. Okay, so I went ahead and cut it, and then I don't know if you can see or not, but the textured dies has this gorgeous textured notes dies, have this beautiful interest of detail around the edges. It's just so, so pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add this to the card. This time I am going to use, believe it or not, let's see if this one works. I'm going to leave these up so you can see those. Stampin' Seal. I always have used Dotto in the past because it lets me change my mind. I mean, I can change my mind a year later if I want to. But Stampin' Seal is so sticky. It isn't that it's not a good adhesive. The problem is it is such a good adhesive that I don't always get to change my mind if I want to. So you are not going to believe what I'm going to tell you next. When I'm going to put 2 of these frames together because I want a little bit more depth. And you've never seen me do this before. I'm going to use white glue. I'm desperate. I'll show you. I bought this refillable, it's a Tombow removable adhesive, because we used to have this adhesive that fit into those little Tombow cases, and they were so, so good. I mean, it really held. But now this glue runner that I'm getting, it doesn't hold. I thought, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? I tried putting these frames together with a Stampin' Seal. It literally just tore them up. So can't do that. Okay, now I'm going to put some more white glue. I mean, this is just shocking. I am using white glue. Oh my word. I'm going to put some more white glue here. And then I'm going to add the backing to it, which is Misty Moonlight. I'm not sure I even got through all the basics. So Misty Moonlight is the cardstock. This frame, I'm going to do it this way. The frame is Night of Navy because it needed to have a little bit of contrast. See? Isn't that nice? It just needed a little bit of contrast there. So now I'll go ahead. I think I can use Stampin' Seal. But originally I was trying to put the frames together with the Stampin' Seal, and it literally was tearing them up. Okay, so here we go. Okay, and I do want to tell you one more thing about these frames. Oh, and I also want to tell you how I bought these. I saw these frames, and they were so pretty. I thought, oh, great big frames. I'll love these. And I didn't realize that you need to click on Show More. Did I already say this? I hope I didn't, because it gives you the exact size. And now this frame, Carol and I were working with this, and it literally was just getting torn up as I was trying to get it out of the frame. She said, Sandy, you're forgetting to use the wax paper. So what you do is you just get wax paper, wad it up, and go around the frame like this, and it just literally falls out of the frame. It is so amazing. I usually use wax paper on the detailed, delicate things, but look at this. It is pretty delicate. And I'm telling you, the cardstock literally just falls out when you use it, so you for sure want to do that. Okay, then let's see, what are we doing next? Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and put the inside in. And then I am going to add something to that in a minute. Okay, there we go. All right, now what I want to do is I'm going to take my Stamp-A-Ma-Jig. Is this a Stamp-A-Ma-Jig? No. I think that was our old Stamparatus. Thank you, brain. Just a little slow there. Okay. And I'm going to take the Happy Birthday from the Right Words. And I know that the Happy Birthday is basically straight. So I can put this on here basically straight and know that it's going to be okay. But I am going to use this Stamparatus because I'm never quite sure how well my pads are inked. I mean, is there enough ink in here to ink it properly the first time? We'll see. I might do it one more time. Okay, that's really good. And then another thing I learned at the open house, I saw Esther do this, and I went, are you kidding me? Why didn't I know this? She just took a spray bottle, sprayed it on. Let's see, where's my... and cleaned off her stamps. Do you know what I do? I let them accumulate, and then I take them into the bathroom that's next door to this craft room and clean them. I'm thinking, are you kidding me? It only took me 35 years to learn that. Okay, so now, while I have the Stamparatus out, we're going to go ahead and stamp the lighthouse. And I'm also stamping it in Misty Moonlight. So let me get the lighthouse. Here we go. Pick it up and get out Misty Moonlight. And this one may be good enough with just one inking, but I think I don't know, I'm just never sure if one inking is going to be enough. Let's see. Ooh, yes, I think that's beautiful. Okay, so I will put that aside, and I might just as well go ahead and clean this. I'm really trying to get into the habit of clean as I go, because I can get such a mess, which I think we all can as crafters. And then I get to a point where I'm just stymied. I can't move or do one more thing until I stop and clean up. So I'm trying to clean as I go, which is a new concept for me. Okay, so now we're going to take the larger oval, and you want to make sure you leave room at the top. You're going to lose something, and I'd rather lose these little pieces on the side. I want some space around the top, so I'm going to cut like this. Okay, so I've already cut it. And so now I will just simply add it to the card, and I can use Stampin' Seal for this because it's not going to tear it up. Okay, nice and straight. Okay, so now we just need some embellishments, and I'm going to use the 2527. They're called In Color Flat Pearls, and they are beautiful. So I'm just going to add 2 small ones, one to each side here of the happy birthday. I know we're also usually talking about using 3s, but I just don't think this has to have 3. Okay, so now what are we going to do on the inside? I'm going to go back to the stamp set with the right words. Okay, and again, I'm not sure, do they stamp straight or don't they? So what I like to do, I just happen to have a Post-it note right now, but a lot of times I'll just have old scrap paper, and I'll just practice to see, okay, I'm going to hold it exactly straight. Oops, it's down on the right. So now I know, okay, pull it up just a little bit on the right. Not that much. Okay, so I'm gonna, woohoo, here we go. All right, so I'm gonna put it perfectly straight. I'm gonna pull it up a little bit on the right side. Aha, there we go. Okay, now I'm gonna do something that's kind of fun. I haven't done it in any of the other cards because I just thought of it. And I thought it would be really fun. So I took a frame. Now this is a Night of Navy frame. And I'm going to cut 1 3/4. Then I'm going to cut about 1, oops, not that way, hello. No, I'm going to cut it to about 1, maybe a little bit more than 1. This is a little bit of an experiment here. Okay, move this out of the way. And what I'm going to do, attempt to do, I'm going to put this here, and then I'm going to put this underneath it to create a really cute little frame for that greeting, and it just brings some interest to the inside. Okay, so I'm going to hold my breath. I'm going to use white glue, which makes me so nervous because it can be so messy. But so far I've done all right. Okay, so now I'm going to just kind of hover with these pieces. Okay, I'm going to just put that down. And I'm hoping that I got that. Yes. Okay, we're going to move it up a little bit. Move it around a little bit. Come on, Sandy. Oh, I just think this might be cute. Okay, let's see if I can get it straight. It'd be cuter if it was straight. 1 3/4 just about brings that top piece down to cover the bottom piece. Is that straight? Not exactly. Let's see if we can play around with this. Is that straight? Pretty close. Let's see if I can scoot that up a little bit. Okay, I think that's gonna have to be good enough. Okay, so here we go. Happy birthday, and then you open it up to someone worth celebrating every single day. That's fun, isn't it? Okay, a little bit of surprise there inside. Okay, so have you got that one? Frame, scenes, picture. Okay, now let me show you the other 4. They're made exactly the same way. That's why I'm not going to actually make more cards. Okay, so here's the second one. And I'm going to show you the paper that I used. Here, oops, what did I do with the details? Well, hello, I had the details. Okay, this is called Botanical Textures. It's all black and white. And so you can see that this is the one that I use, Botanical Textures, for this one. And again, I cut a 3.5 by 5 piece of paper, DSP, and then put my next to the largest, not the largest, next to the largest Textured Notes dies on it. And black frame, basic gray, where here I used Misty Moonlight, here I'm using basic gray. Now when I stamped in black, I did take my Smoky Slate Light, and can you see I just colored in the bridge just a little bit? It just softens it and adds a touch of interest. Now, For a Great Friend is from Mixed Labels, and I absolutely love this set. I've used all of these words, and I'll show you. They're called Mixed Labels because they have so many labels inside. So it's a really great set. It goes with the mixed florals. That's that gorgeous hydrangea and gorgeous, I don't know if it's a primrose, it's some type of rose. So that's the set that this comes from, for a Great Friend. And then I think everybody has black dots. I never get rid of a lot of my embellishments, but black dots I would never get rid of. And I haven't put anything inside this. For a Great Friend, I think there's some greeting of encouragement I could put inside. I just haven't, I don't know who I'm going to send it to yet, so I don't want to commit myself. Okay, so there's card number 2. Card number 3, here's the details for this one. Let me just kind of hold it like this. Maybe you can take a picture. Okay, so again, I've used the Country Woods DSP, Early Espresso frame. I used pecan pie blenders to color in. And again, you could color in the trees, you could color in as much as you want. I did use the Smoky Slate to color in the stones. Thank You is from a set that's in the catalog, and it is called, it's on page 37, Simply Said. Let me find it and I'll just show it to you. You might not have even noticed it. It's on this page, right here, Simply Said. And it just has a really nice thank you. They're just simply said. So they're really nice. Okay. And then, okay, so now I want you to notice, this is very vanilla. This was Carol's idea. I loved it. Very vanilla here, but then the background and the basic card are beige. And I think that all of that blends together so beautifully. And then the little dots here are the adhesive backed texture dots. So you can take a picture of that if you're interested in that one. I haven't put anything inside this card yet. Again, it's going to depend on who I send it to as to what I put inside. Okay, so I'm going to stick this back inside. Okay, next card. The next card is this one using the Treehouse. And here are the details of this one. I'm going to stick them right here. I'm going to try to, if you want to take a picture. So now this particular DSP is this, the 6x6 neutrals. And you can see I turned it this way. Okay, so that's what that is. Cherry Cobbler is the frame. The embellishments are industrial trinkets. They are not available anymore, but I could never get rid of them, and I love them. I just thought the metal would be really cool on there to go with the gray. But if you don't have anything metal, you might have something that looks metal or grayish to go on there. And then I just used cherry cobbler blends for the rooftop. Gray is actually the little platform, and then some crumb cake for the tree. And I put a little bit of crumb cake up here too. Okay, so there's number 3. And again, I use the same happy birthday. Oh, I could do the same thing inside that card as I did with the lighthouse. I could put the greeting and put part of the frame around it. Okay, let me put this inside so it doesn't get lost. Okay, last card. Shaded Spruce. And this time, the DSP is the Regals. So Shaded Spruce. Shaded Spruce for the frame, all for the ink. And I don't know if you can see this, but I took a little bit of the smoky slate and put it along the path, and then the little highlights that the artist put in there, and it really does soften it. It's just enough. It softens it just enough. And then the Thinking of You, let's see, where is that from? I guess I should do this and let you take a picture if you want to. The Thinking of You, the greeting is from the Faith Collection. That's the one that has the cross in it. And then the embellishments are these. They're brand new. They're called hexagons. Shades of Green is what they're called. Shades of Green hexagons. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 different colors. That 4th color doesn't really look much like green. It might be a very, very, very pale green, but it looks, I don't know. Anyway, 4 different shades of those. And then the Thinking of You, oh, I already said that, from the Faith Collection. And so again, it's very simple. And you could add something, a greeting inside if you wanted to. When I send this card, depending, you know, I might use something from my own set, like Just Love Spending Time With You, or just, I don't know, but you're going to put something in there that's going to be really special. And you can decide that when you send the card. So there you go. So don't overlook this particular Frames Scenes bundle, because you can do a lot with it. Have some gorgeous cards that I think tend to be a little bit more masculine, but again, send them to whoever you want. So if you don't have a demonstrator, I'm happy to send you a catalog. Just email me at sandystamper@earthlink.net, no A in the Stamper. And then also, if you have enjoyed the video, if you'd like to subscribe, that would be great. And if you hit the like button, that would really help too. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll look forward to having you next time.